thumb comes down, middle finger comes up, index comes down to that first string. This video I'm going to be going over slide guitar picking technique, and specifically the muting technique that I like to use when I'm moving between strings to help my playing sound cleaner and clearer. And I'll also give you a little exercise you can try to practice this. So when we're playing slide guitar, one of the issues that comes up, and you'll find out pretty quickly, you lose a lot of the control of what strings are sounding and which ones don't with your fretting sliding hand. Something that's very important when you're learning slide guitar is to develop your picking technique to cover up the strings that you don't actually want to be sounding. I'm going to use a very simplified demonstration just focusing on the first and second string to show how I like to do it, and this is something that you can try out, and there's plenty of ways to do this, so it's something you can develop and work on yourself and figure out what works best for you. This is a standard tuning. First string is an E, second string is a B. I'm going to be sliding up to the 7th fret, and that's not going to change for this, but I really want you to be focusing on what's going on with my picking hand. Generally, when I'm playing the first or the second string, what works best for me, I like to just use my index finger, and then I'll shift the way I'm muting, and I use my thumb to cover up most of the strings. So if I'm playing that first string, I'll use this side of my thumb and just lay it down over everything but the first string. And then my index finger will sort of fall in line over that first string. And until I'm ready to play, it'll actually be muting that first string. And once I'm ready, I'm going to pick the string and slide up. When I go to move up to that second string, my middle finger comes down and will cover up the first string to stop that one from sounding. And then my thumb shifts up a string, so now it's covering the 6th, 5th, 4th, and 3rd string. And my index finger now moves to that second string. But keep in mind that I try to keep everything muted for as long as possible to really clean up the sounds. So everything is muted for a bit till that last second when I'm ready to pick. So and then when I want to go back to that first string, my thumb will actually come down and mute the second string that's ringing. So thumb comes down, middle finger comes up, index comes down to that first string. So a very simplified way you can practice this, just going to slide up to the 7th fret. I have a metronome at 60 BPMs, and you're just going to alternate between the strings. Again, this is just the way I like to do it. This is a very focused and simplified version. As I'm playing, kind of is all over the place. A lot of times you just use whatever the closest thing is there to mute, honestly. This is a skill that's just going to develop for you, and it's going to be very specific to your style and your playing and what works best for you. Something you can try to really expedite the process of developing that muting technique. Practice slide guitar in standard tuning. You're going to have much less leeway as far as like being able to just play big chords, fat chords. It's gonna really challenge your ability to mute strings because things really don't line up as nicely as they do in an open tuning. I'm not saying you have to only play in standard tuning, but I think it's important to at least have that as part of your practice routine, just even as a challenge or an exercise, something like that. So I hope that was a good breakdown of the muting technique that I like to use, and hopefully it'll help your playing sound a bit cleaner. I have a bunch of other videos on my channel related to slide guitar as well as other general guitar videos. Check out the shorts videos as well. I have a bunch of slide guitar dedicated videos there too. If you like the video and you want to learn more about slide guitar and just guitar in general, it'd be awesome if you consider subscribing. It helps to grow the channel so I can come out with more videos. If you have any questions or other topics you'd like to see in future videos, definitely comment below, and I'll talk to you next time. Thanks for watching.